And I had a lot of success with, like, commercials.
I remember that.
Yeah, so I was doing a bunch of commercials, but the problem was my voice. I can't imitate an American properly.
Can you try it really quick?
Yeah, but I mean,
Try it.
okay.
Do your best version. I'm just so curious.
Hello, welcome to Shit They Don't Tell You. My name is Sky John, and I'm here today.
You sound so effeminate. Hello, welcome to Shit They Don't Tell You. Thanks for listening. We are a CastBox original produced in partnership with Studio 71.
CastBox happens to be the fastest growing, highest rated podcast app on both iOS and Android. Did you know that?
I did. I don't know if they did. But if you didn't know, you can find all your favorite podcasts here. You can also listen to Shit They Don't Tell You wherever you get your podcasts.
But we hope that you'll give CastBox a shot because we happen to think it's the best. No, we know it's the best.
It is the best.
How do we know?
Because they told us to say that.
That's exactly right.
But also, I really like it.
Me too.
But really.
Hey, I'm winking back.
No, I'm not winking. I'm not winking. I really like it.
Why didn't anyone tell me?
Hello, welcome to Shit They Don't Tell You podcast. My name is Steve Greene.
And I'm Nikki Limo.
And we are joined today by a very, very special guest, man who needs no introduction, so we will not be introducing him.
No, he needs an introduction.
No, he needs no introduction.
Oh,
We're not going to introduce him.
He doesn't need it?
We talked about this
But we're going to
before.
gift it. We're going to gift an introduction. He
Okay.
doesn't need it.
All right.
But this is Sky John, professional YouTuber, Facebooker. That was a self-titled Facebooker.
The world's first Facebooker.
The world's first Facebooker.
True Facebooker, yes.
Master bartender.
I wish.
#1 bartending channel on YouTube and Facebook.
Easily.
Could I say that?
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah. So, I was actually a tipsy bartender girl, not to brag, but
But you did.
in
I was a tipsy boy
2012,
for a little while, too.
Before he was cool, he had 60,000 subscribers on YouTube. Now, what do you have, like
A couple,
2 million?
No, but
couple million?
3.5. But
Then you transfer to Facebook.
Yeah, but the subscriber count don't matter. You know that. It really how much views you
That's
get.
the people that are
Don't tell
listening.
the brands that when they're listening.
Don't tell them
Oh my
that.
God.
Today, I thought that you'd be a great guest for talking about knowing when to change direction or knowing when to make adjustments, because I feel like you've made a lot of changes, even in the brief time that I've known you.
Yeah, Lord have mercy. Yeah.
But not a lot of people know that you were one of the first man on the street YouTubers out there. You were doing like man on the street interview stuff, like back when nobody was doing it.
I beat Cassim.
Yeah.
I was on the beach before Cassim.
You beat Jay Leno too, right?
And weren't you interviewing porn stars before Cassim? But you got like blocked for it.
No. Okay. So where you want me to start this story? How it kind of like?
I would like to start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
all
came
right.
from the Bahamas.
Okay,
This is because you're just a master story here.
Okay, so I can't. Okay, in the Bahamas, I had a choice to become a fisherman or to leave and get into stand-up comedy and all that sort of stuff, right?
Okay.
And so
Two
I was
very different paths.
Yeah. So I mean, I chose the fisherman paths.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that was the goal. So
Wow.
so every weekend I would work with. During the week, I would work in a bank. I was a bank teller.
Okay.
Okay, so I work in a bank during the week, deliver pizzas at night.
A man of so many hats.
And on the weekends, I would work in a fishing boat, right? And so it was a small boat, the three of us. The guy who was the captain of a boat, I mean, he couldn't read, okay? And when it came to fishing, easily the best in the world. Yeah, because he could jump in a boat right now, go out, and make $1,000 in an hour or two.
But if he can't read, that means he's dumb.
It's different. Like he can't read, but when it comes to the ocean, I mean, there's no genius who could match him.
No, that's the stigma.
You think of
isn't it?
built-in GPS. Like we could drop something overboard and go back the next day and find it with no land in sight.
That's insane.
That's amazing.
Okay, so
he's genius at fishing.
yeah. So I was supposed to work with him, right? But and he was supposed to buy this bigger boat so he could take trips and make more money. But making money for him was so easy that he was just comfortable where he was. So he wasn't willing to like go out. Even though he said he would, he wasn't willing to go out and do the boat, get the bigger boat so we could take it more serious. And, I could really come in like on a full-time basis. So I couldn't leave my career to him. So the next thing was like, okay, I might as well go to America and pursue this stand-up thing. Because I was dabbling at the comedy clubs in the Bahamas. So I moved here as an international student. And I started doing like all the open mic nights around town, okay?
In LA?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
Comedy store everywhere.
So you came straight to LA. You didn't even try New York, even though that was kind of closer.
Zero. Straight
Doing
here.
the belly room, the pig and whistle, all that, the whole circuit.
Straight here. And so started doing that. Had some success, right? But I didn't really like stand-up comedy. so I figure, because I was only using that as a step to get into
Was it
acting.
because no one was
anyway.
laughing at you?
No, I had
Yeah, did people not like your stand-up comedy?
no, I had good nights.
really like
but,
it.
But the thing with comedy is you have to figure out who you are. So I was
Yeah.
still in the phase of figuring out exactly what kind of comedian I am. Because I can go tonight and tell these kinds of jokes and
Right.
be this kind of comedian. So I was all over the board. So I finally said, I don't, the stand-up comedy for me is hard because you have a good night, but when you have a bad night, that bad night lasts until you have
Yeah.
another good night.
It lingers.
Yeah, so, and I'm talking like upset stomach,
just
can't eat.
hate
like,
yourself. Yeah.
So I don't want to do that. So I got into the acting thing. And I had a lot of success with commercials.
I remember that.
Yeah, so I was doing a bunch of commercials, but the problem was my voice. I can't imitate an American properly.
Can you try it really quick?
Yeah, but I mean,
Try it.
okay.
Do your best version. I'm just so curious.
Like what you
really
want me to
try.
say?
Like if you need a breath, like say.
Like, hello, my name is Sky
welcome to
John.
Okay.
welcome to shit they don't tell you. I'm Sky John.
Hello, welcome to Shit They Don't Tell You. My name is Sky John, and I'm here
Wow.
today.
You
and-
sound so
Australian.
effeminate. Like the most effeminate American. Yeah, keep the Bahama thing.
Yeah.
So I ended up taking speech classes.
Okay.
And so I'm a grown man sitting down in a room with a tutor, reading Jack and Jill books, and the cat came over because it's
Oh man, why do they do that?
because it's
Well, because it's
certain
basic.
words.
It's like yeah,
like water. Like hold on, say water.
water.
Okay, I'd say water. You see?
Water.
So,
Water.
so I have to go water. October.
Water is a really hard word.
Yeah, October is hard.
How about ruler?
Ruler.
I had to do physical therapy
word.
many years ago, and they treated you like a kid there too.
Yeah,
and
so-
they're like, "Can you put the red shape into the red shape box?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not. What the fuck, dude? I'm not an idiot. Like my injury's to my hand. It's not to my brain, dude."
Yeah. So that was a big issue for me.
And you just couldn't,
I didn't
or you
like,
just didn't like the time that.
I didn't like it. So I mean, because some actors are amazing. Take Christian Bale.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Also, the dude who plays Batman. What's his name? Gary Oldman.
I was gonna say Christian Bale.
Played Batman.
No, sorry. The other guy from Batman.
Okay.
Gary
Oh,
Oldman.
Ben Affleck.
No, Gary Oldman.
No, Gary Oldman.
He was the captain of police. Okay.
Okay.
But those are two actors who could be from anywhere at any time,
Mm-hmm.
pretty convincingly.
True.
Russell Crowe can't do it. Arnold Schwarzenegger can't do it. You see what I'm saying? So not everyone can do it. It's not
Yeah.
it's-
Fuck Russell
it's
Crowe.
Not just the acting ability. Like you have to be able to hear these sounds. And
Yeah.
I know I could never do it to that level. I'll always sound different.
I see.
And so that kind of prohibited me from taking the next step into more theatrical stuff. Because I'll go to auditions and the minute I had a casting director go, "Where are you from?" I knew that was it. I was done, So I played like a Caribbean guy, African guy.
Right.
You
That
know
makes
what I mean?
sense.
But you're not going to be like the
Exclusively.
Caribbean.
Yeah.
You're
They
not
don't
gonna-
do
yeah.
Caribbean
Yeah.
guy the movie.
Yeah.
Would you say
unfortunately.
that you were passionate about acting though, or was it just kind of you were trying to figure out your path?
No, I was really serious about it. You know,
Okay.
like Christmas time and stuff, I wouldn't go home. I'd just stay here just to make sure I did not miss an audition.
I see.
And then I came up with an idea. I was like, okay, at the time, what was hot? So Howard Stern was like #1 in radio. Mm-hmm. Bill O'Reilly was #1 on TV.
You're really dating yourself, but yes.
No, but Bill O'Reilly had been
Yeah.
#1 for years.
Yeah.
And Jeff
Yeah.
left TV the other day. He
Right.
left as
True.
#1. I don't know if y'all know that.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So what I said was, okay, what we could do is combine these two personalities into one and create a talk show, right? So I created this thing called the Sky John Show.
And what year was this?
This would have been like 2008.
Yeah,
Okay,
early.
right, so-
early YouTube.
So I'm combining these two personalities. So what you have is a guy, opinionated like Bill O'Reilly, but covering some of the topics that Howard Stern would cover, okay? And everything I'm saying is to elicit a reaction from you. Because I know some of it you can find offensive or be like, this dude, but once you comment and I have you.
Sounds like someone I know.
Yeah.
I've heard of this method.
Yeah.
So we came up with like a pilot episode, but I mean, put up some money, shot this pilot, BS pilot. Everyone's like an
Everyone does
actor.
a pilot. You got it. You got to do a pilot.
Okay, but like, who do we show it to now? There's no one to
Right.
show it to. So
Put it on Vimeo.
no, we put it on. So we throw it on YouTube, right?
Oh, okay.
And so it kind of got some traction.
Well, you were smart.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, wow, there's an audience for this. So I started wearing. I figured, okay, if you can ask, like risque questions or controversial stuff that could elicit reaction. Like you could go on the street and get slapped or punched. One way to avoid that happening is to dress differently. So wear a tie. Okay, so I put on all black with a necktie. So I'm a really well-dressed guy on the street asking you like really personal stuff that might find offensive, but the way I'm presenting myself is like, okay.
You look really nice, so people are confused.
Yeah. So I was able to get away. So it really began developing this following. Now and I think we had the potential to be one of the biggest channels on YouTube at that time.
Yeah.
But again, YouTube's new, so they want a family-oriented, they want family-oriented content. So they're not cool with this.
Nothing's changed.
Yeah.
So because I'm going to Germany. One of my biggest videos was Germany. I'm walking down the street in Germany, and I see a prostitute because prostitution is legal in Germany. And so I asked her, I'm like, hey, can I interview you? And she's like, okay, thinking I'm joking. So I dash back to the hotel, grab my black, put on the black and come out on the streets and we talk. But
who's filming it?
I put it on tripod. I'm a solo show.
Okay, all right.
Wow.
And so I set that up and we talked, but it's not like a judge, like, why are you out here? You're so beautiful.
Yeah.
My thing is treat it like a regular job. So, like how late you work.
You treated her like a person? Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
wow.
That's an interesting strategy.
So, yeah.
I wouldn't have done that personally.
Like she's a human being?
Yeah, like just a 9 to 5, I mean, treating it like that. Like how much, but I mean, some of it was like, how much money do you make a night? Do you kiss your customers and stuff like that?
Well, it's interesting because it's so taboo to talk about, especially in America. But people treat sex workers like they're some not human beings,
right?
And it's crazy to me that they do that. So I like that.
So yeah, so we did that, and that went on to like score like 12 million hits,
Yeah.
like really fast. So I have a model now to work with. But now is when YouTube started like, whoa, okay, because this could get out of hand. If you drop in videos that getting that kind of views, you can be in trouble. I mean, that's not what they want to. That's not what they want to be their face. I also remember.
What sort of pressure were you feeling from them?
They would just send me messages like, hey, this video is this, and we're gonna delete your channel. They were threatening to do it.
And this was before Google took over. Right?
Google
was it
probably already
around the
owned it,
time?
I think. But this was like,
It's like 2010, I think, is when Google took over.
yeah, so this would probably be before that.
Okay.
Okay. So I mean, I'm catching.
I think they were trying to sell it to Google, so that's why they wanted to clean it up.
I'm getting some flack, right? And then I remember I also interviewed Montana Fishburne, this Lawrence Fishburne's daughter. You remember she ended up doing porn?
Oh, right.
And so everybody on planet Earth wanted to interview her. And I saw something on Twitter that I was like, maybe I could reach out to this girl. And I shot a message off. She had one of her people respond, and she did an interview with me on the street.
That's awesome.
And so this is one of the first interviews with her. So after I do that, I got Dr. Phil's people calling me trying to find her. You know what I mean? Like, this is
Yeah.
crazy. And I'm like a YouTuber bartender at night with no money, and I got all these big people calling me trying to get her, She ended up pissed at me after that because I did a couple. I interviewed someone else, and she came up, and I was like, dude, she didn't need to do that. That's crazy, do the porn thing.
Yeah.
And so I think that rubbed it wrong.
Oh, because you judged her or whatever?
I didn't really judge her. I mean, yeah, in a way.
Well, it sounds like it.
Not when I interviewed her, but
Right.
but
After when you were commenting.
yeah. And
Yeah.
so I mean, I should have just avoided that interview. So if you're listening, Montana, my apologies for that one.
Yeah. That's nice.
Right. But like I said, I was under a lot of fire.
Yeah.
So I was already a bartender. So I said, let me drop a couple bartending videos on the channel just to see what happens. And so, because Epic Mealtime was beginning at this point.
Yeah,
this is right
right
around the time they're starting out.
So you want to be epic bar time.
Not really, because I was going to do like crazy stuff like that.
But you did like crazy drinks.
Yeah, I did some.
Yeah.
So I...
So afraid of the backlash you were getting for your videos.
Yeah,
You
because
were
I
like,
knew
I
it
need
was
to
coming.
do something else.
And I did something stupid at that time, too, because I started Skyjohn, too. Because remember now, if they delete this one, I need somewhere else to go.
Yeah.
However, when you start a second channel, you need 2 sets of content, you see?
Yeah.
So the videos on both of these were pretty similar, and it's like,
I
the audience
see.
is like, where do we go? So eventually, I end up killing my own channel and doing that.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah,
Was that scary?
Yeah, because I mean, like, I'm getting messages all the time saying, hey, we can delete your channel. Sorry. And so I started the second channel, and now I realized, holy crap, how do I maintain both of these when the content's similar to begin with?
So the other one's in danger of getting shut down too if you
Yeah, but I figure like if they go at number 1, then I could slide to number 2 for a little while, maybe create number 3, and then eventually they kind of left me alone for a bit, but I'd already shot myself in the leg having these two channels that
Right.
were almost identical.
Yeah.
And so I started testing the bartending thing. And then a friend of mine, Monroe, I haven't talked to her in a long time, she was like, you should probably just start a straight bartending channel. So I come out with Tipsy Bartender, which is a dumb name for an alcohol channel.
Oh, for brands,
For brands.
in the
Oh
long
my
one.
You didn't
God.
know.
But you didn't
Yeah.
know.
No, because tipsy, you're already done. They do not want to work
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
You can't be buzz bartender, drunk bartender,
Right,
tipsy
right.
bartender. Anything that tells you what the effects of alcohol.
Yeah.
Which is
It's
absurd.
bad.
That's what alcohol does. It's so ridiculous.
Matter of fact, like
Holy
for a
shit.
little bit, I was represented by one of the big agencies,
Mm-hmm.
and he was one of the agents was like, "Dude, you need to change this channel's name," But you can't go back because
No, because now it's built an audience,
Yeah.
and you already
Alcohol
shot
should
yourself.
all be labeled. It should be called Bud Light, and then it should like have an underlabel that says "gets you there," or like gets you faded, gets you where you're going,
Like a
or like this
subtitle.
one's is like, oh, you'll feel it in the morning. Like
Yeah.
they should. I mean, give me a break. This shit is so ridiculous.
Yeah, so anyway, I start Tipsy Bartender. And the first episode was me and a girl. And then some of the subsequent ones I did by myself. And then I was like, well, let me incorporate just some of the elements of the Sky John show. And so I started making drinks with girls, okay? And so, like we'd have fun.
Yeah, those were actually really fun times.
Yeah. It wasn't like I was hitting on the girls or anything
No, I
like
never
that.
felt
Yeah,
like you
on
were
top-
hitting
yeah.
on me.
Never creepy, yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was always cool. But then like that kind of content is like too, I guess, risque, too many women involved. This guy is sexist, he's misogynistic. You see what I'm saying?
Oh well, I mean the jokes are that
Yeah.
way, but I felt like that was like the tone of the channel,
Yeah, yeah, we
like
were-
Howard Stern you were talking about, where it was like it wasn't like you were hateful towards women or anything.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like I feel like I did just as many dick jokes as you did female jokes.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It never felt like I was being put down.
Yeah, but I don't.
But I get it.
Yeah, I
in
pick on the girls
in the
because I'd be like,
times,
hey,
yeah.
boy, that's right. You need to be born.
Right.
But always.
But it felt more drill sergeant.
Yeah, but it was
didn't-
supposed to be funny like this.
Yeah.
Because if, I could have done it myself, but I'm just saying, like,
Right.
we're having fun. And so that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way and brought me a lot of heat as well. So, in early 2007.
People suck.
Yeah, in early 2017, I was like, you know what? Let's try without the girls. And dude, the audience was pissed, But,
Yeah,
but
I was
mean-
pissed.
I remember.
I felt betrayed.
But it just made sense to do that because, I mean, I wanted to like work with one of the big alcohol brands, like one of the big alcohol distributors. I was like, in the early days, I was like, maybe this big alcohol distributor could buy us and we just feature their alcohol all the time, go to their distilleries and this, and just make it all about this big brand because they had access to all these different, alcohol brands. And I remember one night bartending, someone who used to work at this big distributor came in and I showed him one of the videos and he's like, dude, this is fun as shit, but there's no way they would work with you because this is too wild for them. Then I remember like,
Just having a girl next to you while you make a drink and just saying a couple, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, I mean,
I
like,
can't believe how
they didn't-
straight-laced these
they
guys
didn't,
are.
They didn't like that. Then a few years later, I had an opportunity to, do a brand deal with, a liquor company, one of them that you've worked with before. Okay, I can call their names. And, one of the girls who worked there, she just, she was like really passionate about trying to do something with me because they realized Tipsy Bartender has this huge audience. And it'll be fine. And dude, like in the 11th hour, someone from one inside companies come in and was like, no, you shouldn't work with him. You know what I mean? His stuff's too controversial.
Did you ever think about changing your name to like TB Sky John or something? Like where, because people like KFC, how they changed it to take out the fried.
Yeah, but then, there's no going back. And the whole thing with doing that is, for a long time, a lot of stuff I've done is to try to make it work with brands.
Right.
And that's the wrong way to go. And my opinion is, this is the audience that I've been working with. And
Yeah.
that's who's loyal to me. They know me.
Yeah.
Brands don't know me. And then another thing that that I have going on is like, Tipsy Bartender is not mixology. Okay? And mixology, you guys go out now and you have the drinks, the basil infused,
The bitters.
Yeah, you know what I
No,
mean?
Tipsy's like
The
put,
egg
put
whites.
as many gummy bears in this as you can.
Like,
Yeah.
we follow that. Like, our drinks aren't balanced. And,
No,
you know what I
they're
mean?
fun.
Like, yeah, they're fun. Like,
Yeah.
you have one and you go, wow, this is a lot of sugar. Let me drink
Yeah.
this one,
Yeah.
but I'm good. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and that's what we do. But
I feel like they're more for like a party. Like it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a fun, like you take pictures with it.
Yeah.
And
Well,
you,
it feels
wanna
like shit I could actually do at home,
Right,
and not the
right,
mixology shit.
right,
like I
right.
don't know where to get a sprig of fucking whatever it is.
Rosemary.
Right.
I have no idea how to do
right.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one of the reasons why we developed such a huge audience,
Yeah.
right? Mm-hmm. But there are people in mixology that are hell bent on taking me the fuck out.
But that's
and
why you
willing
gotta-
to go to the extremes,
What?
you know?
Like what? Tell me.
Dude, like just the craziest shit.
Like they send you the wrong ingredients.
No. I mean, just like,
They're like we got him this
Like
time.
hire a PR person to like.
no, just
Slam
like
you?
defamation. I mean, like just all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah.
I cannot go to. I've been to one convention for liquor, and we're the biggest in liquor in the world in terms of online stuff.
Yeah.
And I'd never attend another one because it just, I mean, you're not gonna have any allies in that room. It's just gonna be
Wow.
bad.
wow.
You know, one day I could tell the full story. You know, but I
Right.
mean, like it's just crazy stuff like that. So
Defamation.
we started making this. We started, like I said, we moved girls, focus on the glass. Drinks in the glass, and that's kind of like what we've been posting mostly to Facebook. You know,
Right.
but even that has a shelf life, so I have to always think of like what comes
Yeah.
next, and that's where we are.
Do you ever feel like people like miss the personality though?
Yeah, they
Because you
Well,
came
just
from
to help the
stand up.
audience if they don't know, like what you're talking about, what he does now.
Okay, right now you started reincorporating the girls back in once in a while, but like it shifted towards the drinks and narration over drinks, right? And you still have a little bit of your personality in there, but I feel like when you were really like growing it was more about like having a good time and like the relationship between you and whoever you were co-hosting with.
Yeah, I mean that was fun, but I mean, times have changed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just so much. There's such a different world we living in now. Like a lot of the old content doesn't work that
Right.
way anymore. And I do miss doing that.
You don't think it's
sometimes.
still personality driven heavily?
Yeah, to an extent, but you got to understand something. Okay, so here's one of the things with Tipsy Bartender. I jump on Facebook probably first out of almost anybody in YouTube because I think we have the largest Facebook audience out of YouTubers because we're 21 million.
Yeah.
Just to give you an idea. And
Wow.
that's a really hard number
That's
to build
huge.
now.
That's
Yeah.
crazy, bud.
So what I was doing was I would put up short clips of a YouTube video on Facebook and redirect traffic.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of my views on YouTube was coming from Facebook
I
because
see.
Facebook wasn't paying. So my audience, I mean, it was a lot of Facebook people in there, and that was cool. But I find that more focus on the drink works better on Facebook.
Right. Because
so-
people don't even listen to the sound most of the
Right.
time.
No
They
way.
they like to
just
watch.
go in.
Yeah, when I'm scrolling through Facebook or Instagram, I just like watch the food
Yeah.
like being made. But I feel like on YouTube,
Yeah,
specifically,
it's definitely more personality
yeah,
involved.
like people like to feel like they know you, like they're your friend.
Right. With Facebook, I mean, like on the page, there's some people who know me and a lot who don't. They just like this black dude making the drinks.
Yeah.
Whereas YouTube, they would know my name whenever. So it's a different audience. But I've put more effort into Facebook because that's just where the action was for me with the kind of content we were doing. Because we're like the Tasty of drinks.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and I copy some of the stuff from Tasty. I'm not gonna lie, like some of their styles and stuff I watch. Like we all watch each other because I could tell when
Yeah.
I influence something that someone else on Facebook's doing, like one of the bigger brands.
Sure.
You know, and that's just the way things have gone. So we are where we are.
Yeah. We're going to take a break to listen to some of our sponsors. I can't wait to hear who we're sponsored by today. Hey, thanks for listening to our podcast. We just want to take a break to tell you thanks for listening to our podcast. And if you want to rate it, that would be really awesome for us. Like,
Listen, we're on break. We're not talking to you like podcast hosts right now. We're just talking to you like people.
as a friend.
And we just want to say, please rate the show because it helps out huge amounts.
Like, we're not desperate. We're like kind of desperate.
We're giving shout outs right now to all the people who are giving it ratings. So huge shout out right now to Brian Jorgensen. That was sick of you, dude. Thank you. God bless. Huge shout out right now to Mark W. in Springfield, Connecticut.
And there's
Thank you,
many,
Mark.
many, many more. But hopefully you're listening to this on CastBox. We love CastBox. It's the best. And
Jenny Blyke.
back to our podcast.
Jenny Blyke.
Hey, back to our podcast.
In Tuscany,
and
Florida.
back to our podcast.
God bless you. Thank you.
Steven.
Thank you for supporting the show. Well, today we got a real special brand deal. So water's all around you, but is it making you money? No, it's not. And that's what our current brand is trying to get you to do today. They look at the abundance of water as a real money-making opportunity. So what you do is you buy their kit. It's water to money. And basically they send you, it's like $50 a month. And they send you different things that you can put water inside so that you could sell it for money.
So it's like a container company.
Well, it's different things.
Oh.
So like 1 month you might get some balloons and you can put water inside of those and sell them on the street.
Sell them on the street?
Yeah, sell them on the street. Another month you might get cups which you can fill with water and then you can try to sell on the street. It's a really great service and it's a monthly service. And so when you buy into it, you know you're getting something cool every month. Kind of like Loot Crate, but think of it like you get a bunch of water stuff. So check it out, Water to Money.
All right, Water to Money. That sounds like an excellent thing for the huge void that they had before.
It's just such a cool idea. It's really fun for the summer too.
All right, now we're back.
I want to thank that sponsor.
Yeah, you want to thank that sponsor?
Yeah, Water to Money. That was
Yeah.
fun.
Oh, yeah, that was a tight sponsor.
They wrote some really good copy. I like that one.
Yeah, that was just. It's so you never know what you needed until you find
Well,
out.
I'm always thinking of trying to think of different ways to make money, but they got it pretty much figured out for you.
Oh, that's right, and it fills such a huge.
It's a big niche.
Yeah.
The guy from The Big Short. Did y'all watch that movie?
Yeah,
No,
of course.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, so the
You watched it with me.
the one guy with the glass eye who was played by Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
Like I mean in the end
yeah, I
credits.
did watch that movie.
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he only invests in water now.
See,
Oh, the real guy.
Yeah,
coming up.
Yeah, because he
Oh.
feels that that's gonna be some kind of scarce.
You know why he
it's
knows that? Because he saw Mad Max like I did.
You know, it's so
Everyone
crazy
knows
that
water's
that's the
gonna be the most important
scarcity thing, but like the world is like mostly water. Like,
Yeah,
why
that's what I'm
can't we
saying.
just
Because
find a way to
we
filter
should
that?
be we should be able to basic.
Mark, can
Yeah.
we cut that out because the sponsor's going to be pretty pissed if she
Oh,
said
okay.
that.
No, it's not. It's not a real sponsor.
That's going to be pretty messed up if the sponsor hears that shit. Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, I thought Waterworld was the future. Like too
It
much
is.
water.
It is.
You gotta market and sell air or something or some land.
Mark, we're cutting all that, right? All right, cool. Thanks. Great. Great.
All right. So now I want to talk about now that we know like your story and stuff. What type of when you were making these changes, like were you scared at all? Like you were gonna lose everything? Because I feel like that's like the number one.
Yeah, you get scared, but dude, you got to do it. Think of how many big YouTubers that we've known, who's been the number one YouTuber over time. Like it's really, really hard unless you change. The only guys I see who like kind of still doing the same thing and at the top are probably like Sexy Phil, like Phil DeFranco.
Yeah, but
Oh,
he had
true.
to change his name.
Yeah.
Oh, from Sexy Phil, you mean?
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, he changed it.
Yeah.
It's not
I don't know.
Sexy
I
Phil
think
no more.
it's better for brands if
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
not
Yeah,
Sexy
Phil-
Phil.
I miss the Sexy Phil
Me
brand.
too.
Yeah.
Phil, change it back.
Like
Change
Phil-
it back, Phil.
But I mean, like he's one of those who's been at
Yeah.
the top consistently.
You know who's also been the top is Shane, and
but Shane's
But
gone through a
Shane's
lot-
changed.
That's what I
Yeah.
was about to say. He's a master of metamorphosis.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he really knows when it's time to change.
I'd say that Phil has changed in a way that like it's still the same content that he's saying, but the way he delivers it has gotten much more professional and like he's built like a company and an empire from it, which is
I
really
think
cool.
because I think he's still pretty much the same. It's just you know maybe production value, but
he just has more people in the offices around him. Now.
yeah.
Yeah.
But Shane's like 100% different.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like
In a good way. Yeah.
He just did that piece on Jeffree Star.
I know, and I wasn't even interested in Jeffree Star before, and now I'm obsessed with Jeffree Star.
Everybody is like, like do it. Like
he really has always had the power to influence the platform. and like people's interests. He's
Shane?
he's a
Yeah.
genius. You talk about that guy as a genius at fishing. Shane is a genius at trends.
Yes.
Like he knows exactly what people want or need or looking for. It's so
And he
fascinating.
matured his content with
Yeah.
while he matured.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's really
But
interesting.
he's always stayed himself, which is really cool.
Yeah,
This just turned
extremely.
into like a Shane fan club podcast.
Yeah, we're just gonna talk about Shane now,
Yeah,
featuring
he's
featuring
good.
Skyjohn.
Can you think of anyone else like that though who's been at
Who
the top
stayed doing the same content. I guess beauty people, but even their stuff they had to change into like lifestyle.
Yeah, because the thing with beauty is this. Okay, when we begun, you had a lot of girls doing beauty, right? But
Yeah.
they weren't truly professional.
Yeah.
Now you have someone like a Nikki Tutorials who's really good. So if you like an average beauty guru trying to compete with her,
Yeah.
It's over.
you have no choice to be. Oh well, I'm lifestyle now.
And if you're a beauty guru who just did brand deals,
Yeah.
and then you got to compete with this new stuff,
Yeah.
like you're
It's-
smoked already.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
tough.
I knew some beauty gurus who only uploaded brand deals. They stopped uploading anything but brand deals.
Yeah.
And they pissed their audience the fuck off, and they all just left.
And some people get to the top and then kind of like back, like Michelle Phan kind of left a little bit. Right?
Uh-huh.
Well,
I know
she became like a near billionaire and just decided she's
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, that's what happened with a lot of the maker people.
Oh,
yeah, like,
absolutely.
make money and you bounce. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Most of them were like, I can't even believe I made this.
If
I got to
you-
get out of here while I can
if you
before
were-
somebody takes it from me.
If you were making all the money in the world, if you let's say you like sold Tipsy Bartender for $1 billion or billions of dollars, let's say, like just say like unlimited amount of money, what would you do? Like what do you think you would do? Like your passion?
Like after leaving Tipsy Bartender.
Yeah.
Probably. Well, I travel a lot because I've always been into traveling.
Yeah.
That's
That was
what-
another topic that I was thinking of
Yeah,
for you.
yeah, that's-
'Cause
yeah, 'cause I
you
was-
travel a lot.
I was a hardcore backpacker. I would travel and learn languages. Like I was in Taiwan and
What?
what?
You would travel and learn languages?
Yeah, that's what I told you. When I was picking a topic for you, I was like, okay, there's a few topics
That's
that'd be
the
really
most
good
boring
for.
shit I've ever heard when you get to a place. It's like, I would travel and learn the math of the culture. I'm like, what?
He's so into different cultures
No, I
and
would-
countries.
Like I would I would.
I learned the language of the friggin' resort staff so I could get more free drinks and
I
shit.
spent
That's Steve Greene.
I studied Spanish in Guatemala and I mean Spanish is fun, but I've played with it a lot. So
Yeah.
I mean I'm not fluent right now, but I could get fluent fast because I was nearly fluent at one point. So right now, like Chinese kind of interests me a little bit.
Yeah.
So I would go to Taiwan and study Chinese.
Whoa, why wouldn't you go to China and study Chinese?
China got too many rules, man.
Why wouldn't you go to
True.
Taiwan and have fun?
No, I would have fun too because I was there. I had fun, like
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, okay.
So the thing with be careful because China kind of strict, so I have to watch what I say. The thing with China
China's
is
strict?
okay. You know, there's no internet, there's no YouTube, Twitter,
Yeah,
Instagram.
a lot of things are blocked.
Now you could get around that with like a VPN, okay?
Yeah.
But they have so much control. Like I think Apple and Google have to block those apps that would allow you to get internet access. So you have to find another way through a Chinese friend or something like that to get that done. So I don't necessarily live with that every day. So I would go to Taiwan and just hang out there. I'd bounce over to China periodically, you know, check stuff out. But because I was trying to learn Chinese online. There's this thing called e-Chinese learning. And so you pay a couple dollars and you have a tutor in China, okay? And so you actually talking to a Chinese person who's trying to teach you English.
That's
who's trying to teach you Chinese.
Yeah, yeah.
And most of
I'll
them
pay for this just to frustrate the shit out of them.
Oh, you can be frustrated because most of them don't really speak English that well.
Yeah.
I had a pretty good teacher who was solid,
Uh-huh.
but
So did you learn anything?
yeah, I was picking it up. But I mean, it is so difficult.
I would love to know if you still have a Bahamas accent in Chinese.
It is
Yeah, that would be
Like if
fascinating.
it sounds like
most
that.
likely it's so like okay. Let me okay. Let
You
me,
could go own China, dude. You'd be the only black guy in China who speaks Chinese. That'd be incredible. You could be in every Chinese movie.
Okay, watch this. Watch this.
Okay.
I just trying to remember. Okay. Ma. Okay. There's 4 different words.
What?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
You see what I'm saying? So we can't hear it. Like you have to train yourself to hear the difference in
It
that.
looks like you're just trying to find your mother.
Because it's
Ma?
okay. So
Ma?
this one goes up like a question. I'm doing these out of sequence, so y'all have to bear with me.
Okay.
Okay. So you go. So imagine Ma, but going up like a question.
Yeah,
Ma?
like bad actor reading.
Right, like Ma, like you're asking a question.
Yeah.
And then there's another flat one, Ma. And then there's one going down, Ma. And then there's a loop, Ma. Okay? And 4 different words. And so when they sitting there talking to you, it's like, holy crap. And that's the easy part. Like, hold on. So with this class, you probably are not going to learn to write for a couple years.
What word is mom? So we learned something.
What 4 words are ma?
Yeah. One of them actually does mean mother, I think. I mean,
sick.
Baba is father or something like that. I mean, dude, it hard. It hard. Unless you're willing to actually commit. But like I said, if I'm loaded and I'm in the culture,
Yeah.
who knows? I may get bored after a couple of months, but I'd give it a try.
I always like to know because,
Yeah.
like, I think that you, me, Steve, like, I don't think we're the type of people that would just have billions of dollars and just like chill. I think that we get fulfillment from like learning and
you
doing
probably
stuff.
get bored
and
too. Like if
building
only
and
so
stuff
long
like that.
you can lay on a yacht.
Listen,
Yeah.
my new dream idea is we get all of our friends and we tour the country and we tour the world, frankly, and we only do like WWE style entrances. And we only come into like rock and music, and we like built up like smoke and like lights, like costumes and shit, and we come out with girls and shit, and then we just walk all the way around the stadium, and then we leave. And each person comes in and does their own walkout, and we all walk out and get everyone hyped the fuck up, and then that's the show.
Okay, but that's the first town that'll work in. Next one will be like, we're not paying for that.
They would fucking love that shit. Are you kidding me? Because that's the best part of every WWE thing is the entrance part. Nate agrees, Mark agrees, we all agree. I'm telling you, man, that would be
That's your thing. That if you had $1 billion, that's what you would do.
That's my new dream idea.
Who do you think is going to be the first YouTuber to hit $1 billion?
To hit $1 billion?
Yeah. One of us will do it. I mean, that's me talking like I'm in the running.
I mean, what's PewDiePie at?
No, but PewDiePie.
No, he doesn't. He can't monetize like that.
Yeah, because he gets fired from all
He
kinds.
he needs to sell a Loot Crate or something.
But what about Shane?
It's not gonna come from. It's not gonna come from AdSense.
Not from views.
Right.
You,
But
you,
no, but
you
he's
have
Like
to be
Michelle
selling.
Pham, dude.
used to start an
probably-
empire.
she probably is the
Michelle
closest.
Phan is probably
Like even like Richard, you need a product.
Oh, yeah, probably Richard.
Yeah, you need some kind of product to
Yeah,
sell.
that's right. Our friend Richard Ryan was
Richard
a YouTuber,
Ryan.
and he did a gun channel.
Yeah, Black
And-
Rifle Coffee.
Yeah, and now
They
he's
killing it.
an owner of Black Rifle Coffee, and
Yeah. Hey Ryan, if you're listening, remember I helped you to promote that video that time
I was in
Yeah,
that video.
kick some scratch this way, but
for free. So
I was in
just
there.
saying, like,
I was in there too for free.
I have an invoice for 100,000. Okay. But because you're my boy, I can knock off 50%. So just give me 50.
Oh,
So,
that's,
Sky,
that's generous. Wow.
When you're in the bottom part of the like, fuck, I think I need to change everything. What's your first step? What do you do? Are you like do you sit there and you actually execute, like draw a plan for yourself? Like, this is my new business plan. Like, what do you do?
You just sit down and think. I've been really good at rebranding myself, even the way I dress. Because
Yeah.
remember now, I'm coming from black shirt, black dress pants, and black necktie,
Yeah.
all black, into camo,
Yeah,
black
camo
shirt
shorts and black
boots,
shorts.
right? And when I go in, oh, I do not wear anything else.
Yeah,
for years at a time.
Yeah, branding as a motherfucker.
Yeah,
Yes.
you know. And so this year is the first time I'm thinking of like, okay, let me
thinking of
try
changing?
let me try dress like a normal human
Oh,
for the.
whoa,
Now with your own merch
whoa,
everywhere?
whoa.
That'll be crazy not seeing you in your own merch.
And black camo.
I don't think
and
I've ever
camo
seen you
pants
not
and
in
black
your own
shirt.
merch.
You know. So I mean, it's coming like this year. I thought about starting off dressed.
Do you feel like it helps you become more of the personality that you are changing to?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
people ID me by outfit as well.
Yeah.
You know, like two things people ID me by, especially from Facebook, because of the hands, is voice and the camo. You know, the minute they see you, like, oh, dude, you're the guy. You know.
So
Yes.
are you saying that when it's time to do a new thing, you rebrand in a way?
Yeah, I rebrand. I mean, for me, that's
Yeah.
I change a
It's
tire.
like how you find the character.
Yeah, like there's some of that.
You just become the next iteration.
Yeah, I mean, I've done that. I don't know where I go next because I just got to sit down and think. And I
Sure.
mean, like each of these changes big.
Takes
'cause-
time.
Yeah, because I walked into like I said, I walked into the office in January 1st, or like January 2nd, like when everybody came back. Because I work with other people
this
too.
year.
Yeah, I have an editor that helps out.
Right.
Stefan shoots with me. And I'm like, okay, guys, we're changing the show, okay? We're not showing the girls anymore or me. We're just focusing on the drink. And then everybody goes, dude, no, don't do it.
Oh, this was last year then.
Yeah, this is 2017. I'm like,
okay.
nah, we doing it. We can see what happens.
Yeah.
And you just do it.
Do you ever regret anything? You ever made a change where you regret it?
Nikki's asking if you regret that decision.
No, any change.
In a roundabout way.
I mean, yes and no, because like I said, when it's time to change, you have to change.
Sure.
Or you will die.
Were you ever like, I knew it was time to change, but maybe I shouldn't have changed that way? I'm not saying that you
Maybe I
changed
could
wrong.
do things less
at all.
drastically, because on day one, like, we didn't go in like, okay, let's do some of the videos with girls and let's do some of the videos close up. It was all in.
Yeah.
And maybe that could have been smoother, but I mean, when it's time, because the internet moves fast, so you can't take your time. You know, like you see dudes get a viral video today, right? Like you jump on YouTube and all of a sudden you go viral with something. Dude, this shit's not gonna last.
Yeah.
Right.
You know
and
what
they
I mean?
keep
Yeah.
doing their viral video
I mean,
forever.
just think about how many people, I don't call any names, who come in, get a viral video, and they're gone.
Yeah.
Yep.
They don't know what made it go viral.
Yeah,
No.
because
Yeah.
it goes fast.
They always just do the sequel to their own viral video.
Yeah, there've
Yeah.
been
Like
so
constantly.
many big YouTubers. We could all name the number one guy. You remember Mr.
Totally.
Pregnant? Y'all don't remember him?
I don't remember.
No,
that.
God, no.
I remember Double Rainbow Guy.
Okay, Double Rainbow.
Remember
Mr. Pregnant was
Gangnam
the
Style?
number one YouTuber at one point.
Whoa.
Yeah, he used to do
What was
this.
his bit? He was a pregnant guy?
He was chubby. I've seen him recently. Actually, he was a chubby guy with a huge stomach, and so he'd put a pot on his head.
Yeah.
And put in like fake teeth,
Uh-huh.
lipstick, and he had this video, big belly man, big
I
belly.
vaguely remember
This is the
this guy.
shit that I want to
Yeah.
bring up every time somebody tells me YouTube used to be so good and now it sucks.
Yeah. So he was number
I'm like,
one.
are you fucking absolutely kidding me? Do you even remember anything from back then?
There was another guy named Renato who was number one. Renato was like guy wearing glasses, but he was like polished, you know. He was number one. And then Ray was number one.
I remember when Ray was number one.
I remember Ray was number one.
Swash was
That's
number
when I
one
worked
twice.
on the
Nika
show.
Giga was number one for a while.
Did he make it? I don't think he ever got the number one status. You sure?
No, he was, and like by a while, like Fred was like a little bit
Fred-
behind.
yeah, Fred was number one.
and then Fred became number one.
Again,
Yeah.
when people bring up how classic and great YouTube used to be, I'm like, are you kidding me, dude?
Yeah. It's just, I mean,
And by the way, Lucas is a nice guy, but I mean, it just
Yeah.
goes to show, like,
Yeah.
that's the type of
Well,
content
they
that
all
was
get
huge.
sick of what they're doing at number
yeah,
one.
you get sick of that too. And then, but you got to understand, like a lot of the early guys, like PewDiePie is there because I mean, like I said, he put out content to get him to number one.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
one of the dudes that did that.
Yeah.
But you remember, like in the early days, YouTube would pick these guys to go on the front page. I
Right.
don't know if you remember
Yeah,
that.
I
yeah,
remember that.
curated.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Everyone
So-
misses that. Everyone talks about how they miss the homepage.
But what that did though, it was unfair because they just picked the same people.
They still do that.
They still do that.
And this dude would always be on the front page, so his
Yeah.
videos will always have a ton of views. When they change that algorithm, look at the channels that died. Though.
Yeah.
They
Yep.
kill dudes with that.
Yeah, well, now they just insert it into people's recommended. Like, you know, when you look at your own feed, you have like people you're subscribed to, and then like all these videos that are just recommended, like people that you
Yeah.
don't even know. And they'll just like pick random people to go there. But I was thinking about regrets and changes because, like, I think I've changed quite a few times in my life too. And I think every time I do it, it's so scary, and I feel like I'm gonna lose everything that I built, and there's always that fear, you know.
Yeah.
And the more you have to lose, the more you don't want to change, right? But then you know you have to change, but you're scared, and I like hearing what other people's processes are with that.
I just say, you know, if you think about what it is that you're doing, obviously, like, you know, it's a problem. Like I looked at the videos on YouTube and I knew that the views were declining. Like we were still hitting over 100,000 per video and stuff like that, but not at the level that we were before. And that had a lot to do with me not being able to redirect Facebook traffic. So I'm thinking, like, I have to make a change. And you just roll the dice. You know, you got to do that. And if you make a mistake, I mean, you try to go to your audience and apologize and, you know, and do it. I can tell you one of the things that I don't advise people to do. You guys might feel differently about this. Because a lot of times I see YouTubers like asking the audience, like, hey,
Yes.
what should I do or what
Yeah,
do I
yeah.
want?
Yes.
And
It's retarded.
I
'cause
used
they
to do that.
because they can tell you to do the same thing that you're doing
Right,
now.
yes.
You know what I mean? But you could see the numbers that
Yeah,
they can't see. You know
it's
the
true.
analytics
Yeah.
that you're in trouble.
No, it's so true because I do a show called Thirsty Thursday, which is my bartending show, but it's like it's way different than Tipsy Bartender. And people request it when I don't post it, but the numbers aren't there, so I know it's not like something that I should like really focus on. But then when I don't do it, people are like,
Yeah.
No, it's dumb because they don't know why. They don't know why they like what they like. That's not a fair question even for them. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
that's true.
hey, help me decide what my content is. Like,
Right.
Like, and I think a lot of people too. They constantly are tweaking instead of just making something. They're constantly tweaking something using the audience's feedback as like a crutch, and I think it actually keeps them from just doing the next thing.
right.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things I think one of the things I stumbled on from other YouTubers that I've met, these guys from Jump Cut, is that they believe in like surveying the audience, but you have to ask the right questions. Like, hey guys, fill out this survey below, but you need to think of the questions that you want to ask, because you'll be surprised. You could coming out and saying, hey, what you guys want?
Right.
It's
So
too
general.
vague.
Yeah.
You need to be very specific. Give them like, set like multiple choice. You could have written in questions, but people typically work better with multiple choice. It shouldn't be more than 3 or 4 questions, because you don't want like a 20-page, because there's this side
It's like a poll, right? Like a Twitter
you let
poll.
them go in and and you'll be surprised. That'll give you a lot of ideas about kind of what the audience wants, because you can stumble on something that you might not have thought about.
Yeah.
And then bring up. So that's
True.
that's
why I like the idea of doing multiple choice, where it's like you have a couple ideas, and then they kind of give you the idea that they're most interested in.
Because you can be surprised. You'd never think that they like this thing.
Yeah.
And that you weren't even thinking about doing. That's very easy for you to do.
So interesting. Relating it to people that might not be YouTubers that are listening, like a lot of people I know are in a job, and you probably felt this way when you were bartending and then doing YouTube, where they're in a job, they don't like their job, they want to do something else, but they're scared to take that leap and like make their hobby their full-time gig. How was that when you first were like, I'm gonna make Tipsy Bartender my business? Did you have to give up? What did you sacrifice? Did you have to sacrifice your auditions?
Yeah, because remember now, I move and I'm passionate about acting.
Yeah.
I really want to act. And I mean I was pretty decent. Like I was always getting callbacks and stuff. It's just my voice was really holding me back. And I was making a living commercially, because I book a couple of nationals a year. Mm-hmm. So you get
That's
me
really
some money.
good, by the
Yeah,
way.
so
That's
I'm
really good
doing
numbers.
okay.
Yeah.
It's just that when I have huge text to be the spokesman, boy, that's a meltdown, okay? The dude
Right.
behind the camera is going, holy shit, you okay? But my thing is, hold on, where am I going? Because I get lost in this
Oh
story.
yeah, we're talking about leaving your job
Yeah,
and
so-
committing full time to.
So I'm now doing Tipsy Bartender, and I'm bartending and acting, and it's beginning to clash.
Yes.
So I'm editing videos behind the bar. Every lunch break, I'm dashing up to my friend's office to continue editing. Okay. I'm beginning to miss auditions. Never did that in a million years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
when I hear people skipping auditions,
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit. So I'm missing auditions. And then one day I was like, dude, you got to roll the dice. This is America, because America rewards risk. It's one of the few countries, if you take the risk,
Yeah.
you'll be successful.
This is what I really wanted to drive home
Yeah.
on this episode, because I've been in this situation too, where I was doing acting, stand up, waitressing, and YouTube.
Yeah.
And I was doing this for years, like
Yeah,
where
yeah,
I
me too,
felt
yeah.
like people that were just doing one were having success.
Success.
But I was like doing all of them, but having my foot in the door, but not really. I still had to be a waitress, and I was just so frustrated because I put everything into acting and then stand up at night. And then YouTube, I was just getting hired to be like an actor in people's videos. But the YouTubers that I knew were able to just make whatever they wanted, and like I figured if I did YouTube, I could write stuff for me to act in, and it could be comedic, so it incorporates comedy, it incorporates acting, and then I'm doing YouTube, and maybe I wouldn't have to waitress. And when I first started, that was the scariest shit ever, because I was missing auditions, and I had never missed auditions before.
Yeah.
And I was giving away shifts, so like my base
boy.
income.
You're my life.
Yeah, it was so scary. And then one day, my waitressing job called and was like, "Do you even want to work here? Like, you're doing like one shift shift a week.
Exactly.
And I was like, I mean, honestly, no. Like, and they were like, just don't come in anymore. You're fine. We're no harsh feelings, but like, just don't. Like, we
Do
don't
you ever
have.
go back now?
No. I haven't been back since then. It's so weird.
You should
visit,
walk in
go
there like
visit.
king shit,
But
dude.
that
Get
was
a feather boa.
That was, I think, that was the push that I needed.
Uh-huh.
It's like you're standing on a cliff and you're like, should I jump? Will there be a net? And you're so scared. And that was like the push. And I was like, I guess I'm just gonna fucking do it. And I just committed. And I remember not knowing where money was gonna come from that month, but things just started kind of happening. You know,
Yeah.
I think that you do get supported.
If you're listening to this, quit your job tomorrow, and and things will just start to happen.
No, I had a lot of feet in the door. Like,
good to know.
It's
Yeah.
good advice. It's great
Yeah,
advice.
be smart about it, but like, if you're on that edge, like you're on the fence, and like things could happen or it could go either way, just do it.
Yeah, my story is identical. Missing
Yeah.
auditions, editing behind the bar, lunch break, dashing off to edit.
Yeah.
And then I started giving away shifts. Okay, and then you remember the early days of monetization? Okay, so of MCNs. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
So Machinima comes along, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Machinima is like, hey guys, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pay you, you know, a certain CPM for these views that you guys are getting. And they sign a bunch of us, me, all my friends. So now
Tobuscus.
I have a nice chunk of change coming in each month on some really shitty views, okay? Like really low views.
What were they doing? Like $10 CPMs or something?
I don't remember what it was.
Something
but
high.
it was,
They gave you a signing bonus too, right?
No, they didn't give me a signing bonus.
Oh, they
My
didn't?
channel was. I know they offered that to some people, but
they
not
did.
me. My
Those
channel
were
was.
big.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
they paid people $1 million. I'm not even kidding.
The Maker did that.
I didn't get anything.
Yeah.
Like, hell, I wish.
And Fullscreen did that.
But I was,
Yeah, Fullscreen did that, yeah.
I had this guaranteed money just
Yeah.
for a little bit of views. So I started giving away shifts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a ton of them. I was working once every blue moon.
Yeah.
So I get a call from the manager, and she's like, "Hey, Sky, what's going on? You haven't worked in the last, 2 months." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I love this company, because I'm working at Barney's Beanery. This is my dream job." All the bullshit she said.
Yeah, of course.
Beanery.
Horse shit.
I'm so passionate about this company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love working for your company for minimum wage.
Yeah. So I get a call again a few months later. She's like, "Sky, do you realize that you've only worked once in like the last 16 weeks, right?" Something like that. It was like 3 or 4 months. I only worked once. And I'm like,
Why'd you go in? Just for the kicks?
I don't know why. I'm
Yeah.
just like, "Are you sure?" She's like,
You're like,
"Yeah."
I feel like making a bunch of drinks
She's
tonight.
like, she's like,
I have dreams that I do that. That I go back into just a waitress for fun.
So,
Yeah.
so this GM, she was a waitress back when I started. She kind of
Okay.
moved up pretty fast.
Yeah.
So we had a rapport. So she's like, "Just go do what you're doing," and I'm like, "Okay." And so she fired me.
That's awesome.
So I ended up doing Tipsy Bartender full time. Now
Yeah.
here's the flip side. I get fired, like let's say January, early February. About 2 weeks later after I get fired, Maker was losing too much money. Not Maker, Machinima was losing too much money. They canceled
Oh
all
my
these
God.
CPM deals. So now I have no bartending job.
Yeah.
Okay, and the fucking money's gone.
I knew you during this time too.
Yeah,
I
and
remember
and
you
I'm
were
like, holy shit. So I'm like, dude, I go in and on Tipsy Bartender, fucking hard.
and that's why you didn't want to miss an edit.
Yeah, so I was
Yeah,
there.
because you sliced your fucking leg open and you were like,
Oh,
fuck,
yeah.
I gotta miss this edit. You were like worried about the edit.
He sliced his leg open with a machete.
With a machete.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
like, dude could not walk, had to be taken in an
It
ambulance,
was nuts.
did not have a leg.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh shit, I gotta get this
Yeah,
edit
I
up.
gotta get this video up. Yeah, because I mean, so be prepared for that.
Yeah.
Okay, if you do quit, there's gonna be some shit, but you gotta just
I
ride
think that's
through
the
it.
test.
Yeah,
Are you really
yeah.
committed to this?
Yeah, but there was no going back. My job was
Right.
gone.
Yeah,
They
when
weren't gonna
you're
rehire
editing
me.
in an ambulance, I think you're pretty dedicated.
They weren't gonna rehire me, and after I couldn't walk anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a rough period. That's 2012. That was a rough year.
Yeah.
But things gradually evened out. You know?
I mean, because there's ups and downs like that all the time where I'm always like one step ahead where I'm like, okay, well, if this falls through, what do I have, just in case? But I feel like if you have too many just in cases, then you're not focused on.
Yeah,
The
you just
main
have to
thing.
you just have to do it and hope for the best.
Yeah.
if you believe, you got to buy into it. If you don't believe in your product, then no one else will. It's not like you're going to be like halfway in.
That's so true.
And
That's what I
everyone's going to be
always
all the way
say.
in. So you have to
true.
go all the way in.
Especially if it's your. I remember doing cartoons and like at Maker Studios, and I was like, we were running all these shows, and it's like every meeting that you're in, every person that you're talking to, you're trying to stick up for your own idea because you're the only person who believes it can work.
Yeah.
Everyone else is trying to tell you why it can't work and showing you the math of why it doesn't work, and all you could do is just be like, look, I think it's going to work anyway, or whatever that is, whatever your idea is, your creative idea or whatever, you have to be the shepherd for it because everyone else doesn't get it until you show it to them.
Is Maker still going strong?
No,
I don't even think it's still there, man. It got swallowed
eaten
by the mouse.
Disney Digital is now what it is.
I sometimes hear from people at Maker, and there's an echo to all of their emails because they're so far in the mouse's asshole.
Really?
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's not even called Maker anymore.
Oh,
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's called Disney Digital.
Disney Digital, yeah.
Yeah.
So I know Epic Rap Battle is done, right?
Are they?
Yeah, no, I think they're still doing stuff, but they're doing it with maybe a different company or something.
No, but I haven't seen a video from them. I mean, maybe unless they released lately, because they've been gone
Yeah.
for like a year, over a year.
Huh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I heard some news about them.
And those were videos getting 30 million a pop.
I
you
know,
Yeah, man.
dude.
You know, like
They were
15
rocking.
million was a bad video for them.
I know. So we've all, I think, those of you listening that aren't YouTubers or entertainment people, I think you still always had thoughts like this where you're like, I need to make a change, but I don't know if I'm worried about losing stuff. And I just think if it's really like what Steve was saying, if you really believe in it and the product, like you're the only one that's going to believe in it. And so you have to make that happen and take the step to making that change and just commit to it 100%. And we're down to final thoughts now. So episode went by really fast.
That was very fast.
But yeah, I
You
think
have
that
final
would be
thoughts, Guy?
my final thought would be just if you feel it super deeply, like do it, like jump, make the change, and then commit. Just really commit, no matter what happens.
Yeah. Think it out first to make sure you believe that if you, like I said, if you don't believe in your product, no one else will, you know?
Yeah, if
You
you're
have
easily
to.
swayed by haters and people telling you it's gonna fail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another aspect of YouTube. People will hate. The hate is real.
Yeah.
And some dudes just troll you for response. You know?
Absolutely.
If they can make you cry, they will.
And they should. It's only when you can read that and laugh,
Yeah.
like I do.
In the early days of
That
Tipsy
you've won.
Bartender, I was such an idiot because I came up believing that you shouldn't censor, you know, because this was around, I said, early days, everyone was like, no, don't censor. There should be no censorship.
Yeah.
And so people would post the worst fucking comments again about me and the girls, and I'd leave them up, you know, not realizing that some of these dudes needed to be blocked.
I see.
And I didn't learn that until years later, you know?
That's true. I was from the same camp of no blocking censorship. Let people
Yeah.
take their own selves down. But then it got stalkery.
Yeah.
And I just immediately, the first sign of it now, I just block them.
Yeah, like if dude's going off calling the girls names and stuff, like, dude, you're gone.
I've never
Yeah.
blocked a single person ever.
No?
Not one time. On
That's
any
cool.
platform.
You also don't post videos ever, so.
Well,
Hey,
I
how
never
about that?
have. Hey, I posted like 400 videos and I never blocked anybody.
Oh, back, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying recently.
Oh, well, right, recently.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but like now, like, you know, zero tolerance for that stupid shit.
What they do though now, which was pretty cool, is like when you block them, they don't know that they're blocked.
Oh,
So
that's
they
interesting.
can post. Their comments are just hidden from
Oh, because
everybody
they used
else.
to do dummy accounts and stuff, and now they have no incentive.
Yeah, so now they
I
don't
see.
know if they're
Yeah.
blocked.
That's interesting.
So it's cool.
My final thought is, if you really want to do something, write it down on a piece of paper and look at it every day, and don't do anything.
Wow, this
but
sounds
look at it every day.
sounds like you just pulled a
and
page
know
out
that
of a
you
book.
really want to do it, and tell everyone that you really want to do it.
Don't tell
but
everyone.
don't do it.
What?
So
And-
you're rapping, don't
Backwards.
do it.
Just
do
chill
it.
and work hard at your job that you're currently in, and make sure you work
Give
your
a
ass
real
off.
advice.
No, but I'm telling them, I'm giving them reverse advice because I think that's what a lot of people do. No, I think that's what a lot of people do. I think a lot of people go, well, someday, and, you know, I don't know. I'm tired of sounding like a freaking bumper sticker
So you
over
do the
here.
reverse. Son, do heroin. That's
Yeah.
That's it.
Keep your shitty job
You know,
and be miserable.
That's what
all
my
your-
grandpa did to my uncle
Yeah.
when he caught him smoking. He took one of his helmets from the military and he bought him a cigar and he made him smoke it with a fucking
Oh
helmet on
my
his
god,
head.
Holy
that's
shit, that's
terrible.
child
And that guy
abuse.
never smoked anything again his whole life.
That guy probably died.
I know, right?
He did. He died very young.
Suffocated.
Very, very young.
All right, well, thank you so much for being here, Sky.
Thank you for having me, man. This is fun.
Look for Sky on Tipsy Bartender, at Tipsy Bartender is all of your handles,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. TipsyBartender.com. Yeah,
How do they follow you on Snapchat?
Snapchat.
I'm just kidding. It's dead. No. And I wanted to real quick.
Snapchat dead though?
Yeah.
Speaking of adjusting, those cats could have sold Snapchat for $3 billion, and they said, "Go fuck yourself." And now they're completely fucked.
Well, sometimes you do that, and then
He
you
did
learn.
have a $10 billion valuation at one point. Though.
Yeah.
$10 billion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should have sold then.
They
too.
should have
they
sold
really-
for
yeah.
anytime.
Well,
Anytime you're over $1 billion.
That's how you
sell.
learn. The
That's
next
also my
time
advice.
he will say yes, maybe.
Yeah.
God, I love
All
this.
right.
He's probably ready. He's still rich though.
Well,
That's true.
Be sure to rate us if you're listening on Apple. It helps a lot. And email us, podcast@nikki.limo, if you have a topic you want us to talk about. And we'll be here next week. See you.
Hey, see you later.
Listen to you next week.
Hey, follow me on Instagram.
Not see you, right?
Steve Green Comedy.
Why didn't anyone tell me?